Next one, a metal wire of linear mass density 9.8 gram per meter is stretched with a tension of 10 kg weight between two rigid supports 1 meter apart. The wire passes at its middle point between the poles of a permanent magnet and it vibrates in a resonance when carrying an alternate current of frequency nu. Then frequency of alternating source is. So tension is given 10 kg weight. Linear mass density, mass per unit length is given 9.8 gram per meter. And it is stretched between two rigid supports 1 meter apart. So this is vibrating length of the wire. So frequency in this case nu is given by 1 by 2L into root of T by M. This is your sonometer formula, right? So this implies we need to find nu 1 by 2 into 1 into root of T is 10 kg weight. So 10 kg weight means 10 into G, that is 9.8, divided by mass per unit length is 9.8 gram per meter. Gram can be written as 10 to the power minus 3 kg per meter, correct? So it is given in grams, so convert it to kg. Now 9.8 get cancelled. That's why at the place of G I have substituted 9.8. So you'll get this to be 10,000. 10,000 under root will be 100. 100 by 2 is 50 hertz. That is option A. So frequency of vibrating string is given by 1 by 2L root of T by M, where L is vibrating length, M is mass per unit length. See, in some references, instead of M, they have used mu for mass per unit length. Okay. Yes, hope you have taken this. Shall we move on to next? Two sounding sources of intensities 3I and 4I interfere to produce resultant intensity I0 at a point where they have phase difference of pi by 2. Then I0 is equal to. See, resultant intensity is given by root of I1 square plus I2 square plus 2I1 I2 cos phi, where phi is phase difference. See, this is same as amplitude relation A square plus A1 square plus A2 square plus 2A1 A2 cos phi, right? So same as this. So it is just like adding two vectors. Now I1 is 3I, I2 is 4I. Phase difference is pi by 2, cos pi by 2 is 0. So it will reduce to root of 3I square plus 4I square. That will be 9I square plus 16I square, that is root of 25I square, that is equal to 5I. So this is resultant. Resultant they have called it as I0. So I0 is equal to 5I. This formula you use in second year also for interference. Yes, hope you have taken this. Shall move on to next. A vibrating tuning fork of frequency N is placed near the open end of long cylindrical tube. The tube has a side opening and is fitted with movable reflecting piston. As the piston is moved through 8.75 centimeter, the intensity of sound changes from maximum to minimum. If the speed of sound is 350, then N is. So this is based on stationary waves. So there is a side tube for the cylindrical tube. And here there is a piston. So piston is moved through 8.75. Then what happens? There will be change in intensity from maximum to minimum. So in case of stationary wave, the wave pattern will be like this. So this is called antinode and this is called node. So when the piston is at original position here, so intensity heard is maximum. When you move through certain distance, 8.75 centimeter, then you have moved from node to antinode or antinode to node, right? So let us say you have moved from maximum intensity to minimum. So antinode to node. Antinode to node distance is, see, this is called one loop. So one loop distance or two loop distance is equal to lambda, wavelength of the wave. So one loop distance is lambda by 2. Distance between an antinode and a node is lambda by 4. So this distance must be equal to lambda by 4, right? So lambda by 4 should be equal to 8.75 centimeter. By moving this piston at this place, there was antinode. Now you made it node, right? So I have moved the piston through a distance equal to lambda by 4. Lambda by 4 is 8.75 centimeter. That means lambda is what? Cross multiply 8 4s are 32, 0.75 4s are 3. That is 35 centimeter or 0.35 meter. Now they're asking for frequency. Frequency is given as N. N should be equal to V by lambda, right? Frequency should be equal to velocity by wavelength. Velocity is given 350. Wavelength is 0.35. So that will be 35,000 divided by 35. That is 1000 hertz. That is option B. Yes. Hope you have taken this. Shall move on to next. A source of sound S is moving with velocity 50 meter per second towards stationary observer. Observer measures the frequency of source to be 1000 hertz. What will be apparent frequency of the source when it is moving away from the observer after crossing him? Velocity of sound in the medium is 350 meter per second. See, when source is approaching the observer, frequency heard, let it be f dash. That is equal to f into v divided by v minus vs. We had used it in previous problem, second problem. When it is going past, moving away from the observer, after crossing the observer, let it be f double dash. That should be f into v divided by v plus vs. We need f double dash. So divide the two. What do we get? F double dash by f is equal to f get cancelled, v get cancelled. V minus vs comes to numerator, v plus vs in the denominator. which implies f double dash equals f dash into v minus vs divided by v plus vs. Now everything is given. This is f dash. Apparent frequency it is. So 1000 into v minus vs 350 minus 50 divided by 350 plus 50. So this will be 300 by 400, that is 1000 into 3 by 4. So 250 into 3, that is 750 hertz. That is option A. See, we don't know the value of f, so dividing the two equations will reduce the effort. Yes, hope you have taken this. Shall move on to next. A long glass tube is held vertically in water. A tuning fork is struck and held over the tube. Strong resonance are observed at two successive lengths, 0.5 meter and 0.84 meter, above the surface of water. If velocity of sound is 340, then frequency of tuning fork is. See the lower length, shorter length, what you get, let it be L1, longer length L2. These two are resonating lengths. So velocity is given. So velocity of sound in air is given by 2f into L2 minus L1. This is the formula you use in practicals. So we need to solve for f. So 340 equals 2f into 0.84 minus 0.5. Make sure that everything is in SI units. So 170 equals f into 0.34. So f is equal to 170 by 0.34. That will be 500 hertz. That is option D. Yes, hope you have taken this. A wave of frequency 100 hertz is sent along a string towards a fixed end. When this wave travels back after reflection, node is formed at a distance 10 centimeter from the fixed end of the string. Then speed of incident wave is. So there is a string, wave is sent, and let's say this is the rigid support, and the reflected wave makes a node at a distance of 10 centimeter from the fixed end. This is the fixed end. So node is formed here at 10 centimeter from the fixed end. See, at the fixed end, by boundary conditions, there must be always node, because at the fixed end, string is not supposed to vibrate, right? It is constrained. So now this is also node, this is also node. Distance between two consecutive nodes should be lambda by 2. That is half of the wavelength. That is given, it is 10 centimeter, which implies lambda is 20 centimeter, or right in meters, so it should be 0.2 meters. You need to find what? Speed of incident wave. Speed is what? They have given frequency and wavelength. So V is equal to f lambda, substitute and simplify. 100 into 0.2, that is equal to 20 meter per second. By far, this is the simplest one. see how the questions can be framed. So if you know the property of stationary wave, the distance between two consecutive nodes is lambda by 2, or antinodes is lambda by 2, but distance between node and antinode is lambda by 4, then you can find lambda. Once you know lambda, lambda into frequency will give you velocity. Yes, hope you have taken this. Shall move on to next. The speed of longitudinal wave in a thin brass rod is 3480 meter per second. If the rod is clamped at one end and gives a fundamental frequency of 435 cycles per second, cycles per second means vibrations per second, so that is frequency. Length of the rod is. So speed of the wave is given, frequency is given. So lambda is what? V by F. So it is clamped at one end. It gives fundamental frequency 435 cycles per second. So speed is 3480 divided by 435. So this is 8 meters. 435. 8s are 3480. So it's a rod fixed at one end. So if it is a rod fixed at one end, then its frequency should be similar to closed pipe. So here there must be antinode, here there must be node. So fundamental frequency means vibration should be this way, right? So waveform, if I draw for a closed pipe, for fundamental frequency, there must be one node here, one antinode here. So it must be, waveform should be this way. So this is node, this is antinode. Distance between a node and antinode is lambda by 4. This should be equal to L, where L is length of the pipe. Here the same L is length of the rod. So L should be equal to lambda by 4. What they are asking is length of the rod. Length of the rod should be lambda by 4, because once it is held fixed at one end, it should give you fundamental frequency 435 cycles per second. So that should be 8 by 4, that is 2 meters. That is option B. Yes, hope you have taken this. Should go on to next. When a wave is reflected from a rigid surface, it undergoes a phase change pi by 2, pi by 4, pi 2 pi. See, for reflection of a wave, there are two cases. If the surface which is reflecting is rigid, if it is non-rigid, then phase change is equal to 0. See, suppose if it is a rigid boundary, then if a wave strikes this like this, then it gets reflected this way, goes this way, comes back this way. If it is rigid boundary, right? This is the boundary, right? Suppose if it is non-rigid boundary, then if it goes this way, it comes back in the same way, right? It comes back in the same way. This is for non-rigid boundary, right? So this is a memory-based question. Make a note of it. Yes. Hope you have taken this. Shall move on to next. The velocity of sound in a certain at a certain pressure and temperature is 350 meter per second. If pressure is made 4 times but temperature remains constant, velocity is given by 1400, 175, 350, 87.5. See, speed of sound in air is given by root of gamma p by rho. This is your Newton's Laplace formula. Where P is pressure, rho is density. At constant temperature, if pressure is increased, then density also increases. So they are directly proportional. So pressure increases implies density increases, so that P by rho remains constant, right? Therefore, V is independent of pressure. This is the standard result. So if temperature is not changed, velocity remains as it is. So even though pressure is made 4 times, velocity remains as it is. That is option C. Originally 350, finally also 350. Yes, hope you have taken this. Shall move on to next. A certain string will resonate to several frequencies, the lowest of which is 200 Hz. What are the next 3 higher frequencies to which it resonates? 400, 600, 800, 300, 400, 500, 100, 150, 200, 200, 250, 300. Lowest frequency means it is fundamental frequency. So fundamental is 200 Hz. See, it is a string. In the case of vibrating string, the frequencies are in the ratio F1 is to F2 is to F3, or in the ratio 1 is to 2 is to 3 is to 4. So F1 is 200, F2 should be double it. So F2 should be 400, F3 should be 3 times it, so it should be 600, F4 should be 4 times it, that means 800. So next 3 frequencies are 400, 600 and 800. See, this is for a string and also for open pipe. See, in case of string and open pipe, you have all harmonics present. Harmonics means integral multiples of fundamental frequency. Now, what is there to explain? It is 1:2:3:4. That's all. This is 200. Next one should be 400, 600, 800. Yes, hope you have taken this. See, in case of string, frequencies are in the ratio f1, f2, f3, so on. Then the ratio 1:2, 2:2, 3:2, so on. In case of open pipe, one is to 2 is to 3 is to, so on. In case of closed pipe means pipe which is closed at one end. F1, F2, F3 is 1 is to 3 is to 5, so on. So here only odd harmonics are present. In these two cases, all harmonics are present. Right? So here we come across two terms, overtones. Overtones means frequencies higher than fundamental. They are called overtones. Harmonic means frequencies which are integral multiple of fundamental frequency. They are called harmonics. Make a note. Yes, we have taken this. So move on to next. A transverse wave is described by equation y equals y naught sine of 2 pi into ft minus x by lambda. The maximum particle velocity is equal to 4 times wave velocity if lambda is pi y naught by 4, lambda is pi y naught by 2, lambda equals pi y naught, lambda equals 2 pi y naught. Note on this. See, standard equation of wave is a sine omega t minus kx. If it is omega t minus kx, it is traveling along positive x-axis. If it is omega t plus kx, it is traveling along negative x-axis. Minus positive x-axis plus negative x-axis. So multiply this 2f inside, 2 pi f will be equal to omega, 2 pi by lambda will be equal to k. So they have given maximum particle velocity is equal to 4 times wave velocity. See, maximum particle velocity particles will execute simple harmonic motion, so it should be a omega. And wave velocity is denoted by v, that should be f lambda. So it is given that v maximum is 4 times v. So a into omega should be equal to 4 times f lambda. At the place of a, we have y naught, and omega is 2 pi f. We know that. That should be equal to 4f lambda. So ff get cancelled. Solve for lambda. Lambda will be 2 ones are 2 twos are, ff get cancelled. Pi y naught by 2. That is option B. So this is particle velocity. This is wave velocity. Note down this. Yes, hope you have taken this. Shall move on to next. A star emitting light of 5000 angstrom is receding away from Earth with velocity 300 km per second. Apparent wavelength of light is. So this is again based on Doppler effect. See, this is Doppler affecting light. So according to Doppler effect in light, change in wavelength delta lambda by lambda, where lambda is virginal wavelength, should be V divided by C. So change in wavelength delta lambda is V lambda by C. So V is 300 km per second. So 300 into 10 power 3. Lambda is 5000 angstrom, 5 into 10 power minus 7. See, 5000 into 10 power minus 10, that is 5 into 10 power minus 7. C is 3 into 10 power 8. So that will turn out to be 5 into 10 power minus 10 meter, that is 5 angstrom. See, it is receding away. When it is receding away, frequency should decrease, which implies wavelength should increase. When frequency decreases, wavelength should increase. So apparent wavelength, lambda apparent, should be equal to original lambda plus delta lambda. So we got delta lambda as 5 angstrom, lambda is 5000, so it should be 5000 plus 5, that is 5005 angstrom. That is option B. See, they have given it is receding away, so wavelength increases, frequency decreases. If it is coming towards you, then wavelength decreases, then the answer would have been option D. 5000 minus 5. Here it is receding away, so wavelength should increase. If it is coming towards you, wavelength should decrease. Yes. Hope you have taken this. Shall move on to next. A stationary wave is represented by y equals a sine 100t cos 0.01x, where y and a are in millimeter and t is in second, and x is in meter. Velocity of wave is. So standard equation of wave is, stationary wave is a sine omega t into cos kx. See, in stationary wave, omega t term and cos kx term will be separate. That's the difference between stationary wave and progressive wave. So comparing these two, you get omega is equal to 100, k is equal to 0.01. So speed of wave or velocity of wave, v is omega by k, that is 100 by 0.01. See, x is in meters, so k should be in 1 by meter. So no need to convert anything. Only y and r in millimeters doesn't matter. So 100 by 0.01 is 10 to the power 4. Should be option C. Yes. Hope you have taken this. Shall move on to next. Y of x comma t equals 0.8 divided by 4x plus 5t whole square plus 5 represents a moving pulse where x, y are in meters and t is in second. Then pulse is moving in positive x direction. In 2 seconds, it will travel distance of 2.5 meter. Its maximum displacement is 0.16 meter. It is symmetric pulse. See, standard equation of a pulse should be y of x comma t equals f of kx plus omega t. So between kx and omega t, if there is positive sign, then it means it is traveling along negative x direction. It is traveling along negative x direction. So this one is wrong. Now coefficient of x is k, coefficient of t is 5. So speed of the wave v is omega by k. Omega is 5. See, should be careful. Coefficient of t is 5 here. Coefficient of x is 4. So it should be 5 by 4. That is 1.25 meter per second. See, if velocity is 1.25 meter per second, then in 2 seconds it will cover 2.5 meter. In 1 second, 1.25 means 2 seconds, 2.5 meter. So option, the second statement is correct. In 2 seconds it will travel distance equal to 2.5 meter. So this is correct. Then maximum displacement. See, for y to be maximum, denominator should be minimum. In denominator, only x and t can be made equal to 0, right? That's the minimum value because there is a square and phi is constant. So maximum value will be 0.8 divided by, when both x and t are 0, y is maximum. So it should be 0.8 by 5. So that is 0.16 meter. So 3 is also correct. Maximum displacement is 0.16 meter. Now the next thing is it a symmetric pulse? See, symmetric pulse means, suppose if I give x is equal to 1, I'll get y is equal to some a. If I give x is equal to -1, then also if I get y is equal to a, then it is symmetric. But here clearly you can notice it is not symmetric. So it's not a symmetric one. So 2 and 3 are correct. That means option B. Should be very careful. in such problems should be very alert when it comes to pulse. Yes, hope you have taken this. Shall we move on to the next one? The equation of a wave on a string of linear mass density 0.04 kg per meter is given by 0.02 meter sine of 2 pi into t by 0.04 second minus x by 0.5 meter. Then tension in the string is. Yes, note down this. Along with this, note down today's homework. Homework is question number 1 to 20 in homework questions of waves and sound. Yes. Coming back to problem. Velocity of a wave in a string is given by root of t by m, where m is linear mass density. They have given it. So if we square on both sides, we get tension is equal to m into v square, where v is velocity. And velocity can be written as omega by k. So in this problem, omega is what? 2 pi by 0.04. K is what? 2 pi by 0.5. So you'll get the value of v. V is 2 pi get cancelled. 0.5 divided by 0.04. That will be 50 by 4, 12.5. 12.5 meter per second. See, quotient of t, whatever is there, this is omega. So 2 pi into this 1 by 0.5, that is k. So substitute here, t is equal to mass per unit length is 0.04 into 12.5 square. So 12.5 square will be 156 point something into 0.04. That will be 6.25 Newton. So first find velocity, then use the formula v is equal to root of t by m to find tension. Yes, hope you have taken this. Shall move on to next. A progressive wave of frequency 500 Hz is traveling with velocity 360 meter per second. How far apart are the 2 points 60 degree out of phase? So for phase difference 60 degree, what should be path difference? That's what they're asking. We know that delta x equals lambda by 2 pi into delta phi. So delta x is path difference, delta phi is phase difference. You have used it in second year also. So delta phi is 60 degree, that means pi by 3 radians. We need to find lambda. Lambda is what? V by f. V is 360, f is 500. So it is 360 by 500. That will be 0.72 meter. So what is delta x? 0.72 divided by 2 pi into pi by 3. So pi get cancelled. So it will turn out to be 0 point. So 72 by 6, it should be 12. So it should be 0.12 meter. Note down this. So path difference is equal to lambda by 2 pi into phase difference, or phase difference is equal to 2 pi by lambda into path difference. So let us stop here. We shall continue in the next class. Thank you. Thanks for joining.